Before we get started with the next set of cats, they're coming in now, I'm going to ask them the same question when they get on stage, because I want them to tell you a little bit of something about themselves. But truly, if you don't know the next group of men, they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves. And when you hear about them, if you don't know who they are, I think you're going to be wildly impressed. Come on, Jerry. I'm going to ask you the question first. Okay, so I'm going to say, I want you to name drop. I want you to name drop. Come on, we'll give you one name drop. Please give the audience one name drop of somebody that you've performed with a lot.
A little bit older, Harry Connick Jr. Is that what you were going for?
I was going for Harry.
Yeah.
So Jared and I have talked many times about Harry Connick because I'm in love, as most women are with Harry. And Jerry is Harry's. Well, aren't you his leading saxophone player?
I'm one
Pretty much.
out of
Come
two.
on.
Yes.
No need to be coy here. And if you haven't ever seen Harry Connick, I'm going to give Harry a plug right now. I don't know Harry, and Harry doesn't know me, but the point is, if you haven't ever seen him perform, you should. And if you haven't ever seen Jerry perform with Harry, you should. So I'm just going to give you that. Harry often performs once a year or so at the one here in Morristown,
Yeah.
Mayo. The
Mayo.
Performing Arts Center.
Thank you.
Mayo Performing Arts Center.
Thank you.
Yes, so that's always a good
I
one.
remember the name.
Where's your colleagues? What? Excuse me. Mr. John Lee. Now, Daddy was a preacher, right? No, that's not. So my question to you is, I want you to name drop. Give me a name of somebody that you performed with that was pivotal.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Dizzy. I want to say that this man is very, very kind to young performers. You've been so amazingly kind to young performers, and so influential and so helpful. And I just can't thank you. Well, I can't. I mean, they're not my kids, but somebody's kids. They should all be thanking you because you really have been very, very helpful in this business. So we're so delighted you're on stage. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Sydney. First of all, how about a hand for Sydney? It's really special for me to be here today in Madison, New Jersey, just a few towns over from where I was born and grew up in Milburn. Went to Milburn High School, and around the time I was 11 years old, I did a program in West Orange called the OzPac Jazz Summer Camp, and I reluctantly went. My mom made me go with my brother, and I was not interested in this jazz that they were telling me about. I love rock and roll. My parents, big Rolling Stones fans, so I stayed at their house last night, and these are my dad's socks. So anyway, around the time I was 11 years old, went to this jazz camp, and fell in love with jazz. And I realized that a lot of the greatest musicians alive were living in New Jersey. And while I was in high school, I had a friend, he was a senior in the jazz band, and I was a freshman. And he told me, there's a guy named John Lee, you have to meet him. And he plays at Papillon in South Orange every Thursday night. So one night I went in there, my dad drove me, and I was 15 years old. And John was kind enough to let me come up and play a few songs, and asked me for my business card afterwards, and called me for a gig a few months later that I couldn't do because I had a Spanish test. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But anyway, luckily, we've had a lot of time to play, and John brought me to Russia when I was 18 years old for a big band, Dizzy Gillespie big band gig, which was life-changing, and so many life-changing moments. John, helped me meet and play with McCoy Tyner, James Moody, Jimmy Heath, Roy Hargrove, Cyrus Chestnut, and many, many more. So when I was in college, I did a gig in Doha, Qatar, when I was 20 years old for 3 weeks with a quintet led by Bruce Harris. great trumpet player who used to hire me to play at Smoke on the Upper West Side every Friday night for $15 and chicken wings. So he got a good gig out in Doha, Qatar, and it was a quintet with Alex Claffey bass, Richard Johnson pianist, who played with Winter Marsalis, and this amazing saxophonist who I had heard a lot about and witnessed in many videos and recordings, but never got to eat breakfast with, or eat dinner with, or go suit shopping with. And so that was 8 years ago. And we, of course, in the past couple of years, a lot changed, and we stayed connected. And we played at a private event, very fancy event, and we were catching up. And no jazz clubs were open in New York at the time, so Jerry asked me what I was doing, and I said I was playing on some street corners. And he said, "Oh, let me know. I'll come and do that with you." And I was like, "Really?" And I remember the first time Jerry ever came out to 71st Street and Columbus Avenue. It was like a crazy day. The pianist was like, they was just throwing money at us. Because, we were putting on such a, Jerry came and just the whole Upper West Side just started, it was like they all just started coming towards us, and it looked like Woodstock. But anyway, the fact that these great musicians of all ages can come together and play is one of the most special things about this music. And I just read that the great Billy Higgins, great drummer, one of my favorites, used to say that we're all just plants. And, some plants die and make room for new plants. And we've lost a lot of the people in the past 5 years, 10 years, 2 years. But what I just saw with Ben on piano and the two Ethans, it was really beautiful to see that these people are still alive, in new bodies. Ben sounds like, a pianist that's been out here for decades, and he sounds like Dexter Gordon on the saxophone. And for a young man to be playing the acoustic bass in 2022, that takes a lot of greatness. So how about a hand for my first jazz friend? Growing up, I did this jazz standard youth orchestra every Sunday at the Jazz Center.
Oh, just keep talking. I don't know. Cordless. I hate cordless. Just saying.
So anyway, my mom, again, she said, you should do this program. And I was like, I don't know, the strangers and stuff. And the first day, there were about 20 kids there, all trying to play this music, jazz, and I see this pianist who looked like he knew what he was doing, and he sounded great, and we met, and his father was a musician, is a great musician, Mark Whitfield, who was a hero to me at that time. And so we ended up going to jazz camp at Litchfield Jazz Camp together. And we were roommates 3 weeks, and then for 3 years. So around the time we met, I was like, we got to get a gig together so we can, get our rehearse for this day right now, So I went around I'm a big sushi man as well. I love sushi, just like you said, right? So I went to 20 sushi restaurants in the tri-state area and gave them a CD, and none of them returned my call until the last one, Samurai Sushi in Livingston, New Jersey. I don't know if they're still there, but they gave us a gig, and we played there for 3 years, every Saturday night when we were in high school. And that was an amazing experience because it teaches a drummer how to play with good dynamics, because the manager used to come over and be like, softer, like every time, yeah, right? So anyway, oh man, Davis went to Berklee College of Music for 4 years. He's traveled all over the world. He was just in Brazil last week, and he made it from Brooklyn. And of course we started with Now's the Time, Charlie Parker's Blues. And now for our third number. Okay, we're gonna do our third number in 3/4. Something I like to do to keep the training. You know, you gotta train in all the meters, right? Anyway, this is Up Jump Spring. Yeah. Well, Roy Hargrove used to do that naturally, just like the third tune would always be in 3. I wasn't sure if that was like a coincidence or whatever, but you know, it's nice. It keeps you going. It changes the groove. So we're gonna do Freddie Hubbard's Up Jump Spring in honor of our weather, this beautiful week we're having. That was Dizzy Gillespie's bebop that used to clear the room in the 1940s. You know, they used to play that for the dance halls and everyone would leave. So we're happy to see that you're still here, and we hope you're enjoying the music. Again, you heard, we're giving us some more love. Jerry Weldon, so important to our community. He's teaching a lot of young people from their teens to 20s to 30s to all of us, and Jerry Weldon, he's just one of the greatest, so thank you for being here. And of course, it's really amazing to have this man on the bass, playing the bass with all the greatest people for decades, since the late 60s, with Joe Henderson and Cedar Walton and Max Roach and Kenny Clark, and you knew Billy Eckstein. You know, he's been around all of the greats, and he is one of our greatest ever on the bass. This is Mr. John Lee, everybody. And Davis Whitfield, my peer, fellow 29 now, right? Yeah. It's been a long time. Yes. We're gonna slow it down with a nice, mellow, romantic ballad. And thank you again to all of you for coming out and supporting this music. So here we go. Let's see what we can come up with here.
and legends and rising stars. So again, another big hand for these amazing chairman, John Lee, David Whitfield, Stephen Roman, Jared Weldon, thank you. Our two Ethan's in the band, thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much. So, I never introduced myself at the top of the hour. My name is Tiffany Halpin, and I have the pleasure of being the president of the New Jersey Jazz Society. And so when we were going to be able to come back to live programming, I sent Evan an email and said, can you help us? Can you help us get us back into live programming? Because it was sort of a little Herculean. So Evan, thank you. And please say your mom I love and tell her how much I love her son. And what a great job she did raising you, because I got an email back instantaneously, and it was so fantastic. And again, all of you, so thank you so very much for being here. A couple of thank yous also I have to mention today. I want to thank John, I'm going to murder your last name. Petrowski. John, who is the director here at the Madison Community Arts Center. A big hand for him. As much as it's been easy for me to be here. We walked in ready to rock and rumble today. So again, John, thank you. You have been everything to everything. Jazz does not happen without parents and grandparents. I see here, there. For the young people, we get legends by having parents and grandparents. Oh, that just makes me want to cry. Hi, thank you for that. Delia and Manny, thank you for being here today and for filming for us. We will put this concert will go up on our events page, so check back and you can relive it. I know I will. Also, if you came in today, thank you. Everything is new. COVID made everything new, so thank you for being flexible. Thank you for being here. Really, it's terrific. If you paid $15 to get in today as a non-member and you want to convert that to membership, you can see somebody in the back on your way out. Also, if you're not on our mailing list and you would like to be and up to date, that would be amazing. We have upcoming events. August 28th, we will be back here. Talent to be determined at this point. August 28th, November 20th, December 11th, which will be our annual meeting. For those of you that are members, it's always a fun, it's always a fun event, and we have a great band, and it'll be lovely, and it'll be here again. There are some events coming up, the Jazz on the Back Deck series at the Morris Museum. If you're not aware, it's really wonderful outside. Bring a chair, bring a picnic. It's a lovely evening. There's a flyer on the back about that. There's also the flyer about coming dates. And if you are not a member, there is a little paper on the back that will give you access for the month of June for our award-winning magazine that Sandy Josephson is the editor on. Always great stuff in there. And myself, and to my dear friend Patty Graham, who helped with all the food service and whatnot today. So again, thank you everybody.